Good evening to everyone, and also good evening to Bermuda. Last week, Friday, the impact the island felt for the island-wide outage went far beyond the loss of electricity. Government is aware and sensitive to the fact that many businesses lost revenue as a result of their forced closure, which also had an adverse effect on their staff, and the staff would have also lost wages as well. This unforeseen occurrence has undoubtedly added to the current hardships being experienced by all residents, businesses, and employees due to the pandemic. The government empathizes with all who were affected. Unfortunately, for the residents of Bermuda, this is not the first time that a blackout has occurred this year. All but the previous occurrences was not an island-wide occurrence or an island-wide event. It just happened in August of this year, 2020, that virtually all of the West End, from Warwick all the way to Sands, lost power. Yesterday, just yesterday, there was loss of power to over 300 customers of the utility. This sequence of disruptions, while I am sure is of great concern to the community, I must emphasize that it is of grave concern to the government. I have informed the chairman of the Regulatory Authority of Bermuda of government's position that BELCO, the licensed utility, sole generator and transmission and distribution provider, must be held accountable and answerable to the residents of Bermuda. As the only provider that currently holds a transmission and distribution and retail license, BELCO has a greater duty to ensure that there is a plan to mitigate all risks within their control, whether maintenance, security, or otherwise. Such events as the one that occurred on Friday does nothing to enhance the island's reputation, especially as defined by Section 6 of the Electricity Act 2016, which outlines the purposes of the Act, and particularly Clause 6A, which states, and I quote, "To ensure the adequacy, safety, sustainability, and reliability of electricity supply in Bermuda so that Bermuda continues to be well positioned to compete in the international business arena and global tourism markets." As the Minister responsible for Energy and Regulatory Affairs, I have directed the RA to provide the Minister of Home Affairs with the following information as a matter of urgency. Firstly, the date it anticipates receipt of a full report from BELCO. Secondly, the date it expects the report on its assessments of the events of last Friday. And thirdly, its recommendations on how this matter should be addressed. The government is most concerned about the island-wide outage event last week and the other parish outages that are happening, obviously, with much more frequency. Government will hold the regulatory authority accountable to make specific recommendations, including A, possibly stronger reporting requirements, such as risk mitigation plans, and B, possibly stronger penalties for noncompliance. My letter today, which I said I sent to the chairman of the regulatory authority, indicated that I expect a report on this as a matter of urgency. On behalf of the government and the Ministry of Home Affairs, I would like to reassure the public that we will and do all that we can to provide answers relating to the unfortunate occurrence of last Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Premier, for that update. As of tomorrow, I will be taking vacation. The